Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to Chippy's Couch. So we're back for another day of our yo-yo only adventure. And in today's episode, we've got some post-Moonlord stuff to be rounding off before we do D.O.G, the Devourer of Gods. And if you've never played Calamity before, maybe this is your first time and you don't know what the D.O.G is, man, you're in for a real surprise. But truth be told, I have a gut feeling that every single one of you knows what it is. We all know what's coming. We all know it's going to be a challenge. Stressed James is about to begin. But before then, like I said, we're going to round off the series with a little bit of Thorium. Because right now, we're in the Calamity phase of the series. But there's one little sliver left of Thorium. And that little sliver is Ragnarok. The Doomsayer's Coin. This is what we need to make to do the boss fight. And I've got a little bit of a beef with this, to be completely honest. So this is the boss that I couldn't beat at the end of my last series. And it kind of annoyed a few people. It kind of annoyed me. I just couldn't beat it. Truth be told, I was bad. And I didn't have the patience to make it work. But we're going to get our own back because this is Calamity. At the end of the day, it's a lot more powerful than Thorium. So I feel like we're going to smash this boss. So only usable at night. We're going to give it a go. Right. Buff up. Get ready. And we'll jump straight into it. Still feeling a little sore-throated today. So you might think, oh, he sounds a bit different. Or he's acting a bit different. It's because of that. Right, let's make it nighttime. Bam. Begin. Okay, so I'm all zoomed out. So with this fight, you have to defeat all of the dudes, basically. And I do wonder if my training from the last series, because I did do this fight a lot. It's not like I just did it the once. I did it like, I don't know, I want to say like 10, 15 times, maybe more. I wonder if my training is going to help me in this sense. Like, I wonder if I'm going to be like a god at the fight or really bad. So far, I feel like I'm tanking a good amount of damage, so it's all good, really. So what we've got to do after this, and I'm talking about it as if we're going to win, because we probably will. What we've got to do after this is, I've got a few things I need to craft. One, I need to craft a normality or normality relocator, which is the upgrade to the Rod of Discord. And then I also need to make the Blood Core armor. So the thing is, after you've done Poltergast, you need to do it a couple of times if you want to get the armor set. So I used my NPC and I bought the treasure bag instead, so I don't have to bother with it. So I've got all the stuff needed for the next set of armor, so that should be pretty interesting. And we're going to make that. Alright, here it is. The final fight in Thorium, done with Calamity items. This is not the way it's meant to be fought. If you've never played if you've never played Thorium, which I hope that you have. Why are you here? All of these people that know nothing about mods, that clearly don't exist. I don't know why I keep referencing it. I know that you've all played them. But it's definitely not the way it's meant to be fought. I love the ending. I think the ending is so sick, honestly. I think it's ace. I feel like if you're playing from beginning to end in Thorium, I think it's such a sick ending. And I love the crown. I think the crown is so sick. So that was cool. That is Thorium complete. Man, isn't it crazy to think we only have like a couple of yo-yos left? Breaks my heart. Time's going quick. Okay, so in my little roster of potions, I have Spelunker potions, and that's because I needed a little bit of ore. Now, the ore I need to grab grows inside of here, and I believe it's this. I believe it's these Exodium clusters. I don't exactly know how many I need, but I would actually hedge my bet and say that 19 is probably enough. It's going to be fine. So what we've got to do is we've got to go back to the homeland, straight up make it daytime because, my god, this is too dark. Sorry, mobile viewers. I'm glad you can see now. And let's go inside of here. Man, there's a lot in here. I almost didn't have to destroy that planet. I could have just grabbed it from here. So this is a cinder plate. And basically, it's here throughout the whole game. You can come and grab it whenever. and you use it right at the very end of the game, which is pretty interesting, I guess. So we're going to grab... To be honest, I really do feel like this is probably enough. I feel like we were kind of pushing it before. I would debate keeping this nice, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I don't think we've got too long left. This does, however, look like a giant Pokeball, and I'm all for it. Have you guys seen the new Pokemon where you have like the giant Pokemon? It's Ace. Like the player throws this giant Pokeball above their head like a beach ball, and it's the best. Although, I'm going to be honest, and I was speaking about this the other day, about buying it. I did buy it, and it's pretty bad. I don't like the new Pokemon. It's as boring as all the other ones, in my opinion. Isn't that bad? That's bad, right? I feel like a really cynical adult. But I really like them up until the 3DS. So once X and Y started coming out, I find them all too shallow. Is that a hot take? I don't think it's that hot of a take. Anyone could enjoy Pokemon. I don't have to. And I wouldn't judge you if you did, is what I'm trying to get at. Okay. So let's make the Blood Flare armor. So we're going to make the chest piece. And then we're going to struggle to make the rest because I have run out of crafting stuff. Now I want to have a little check why. So why did I run out of this? So I don't have enough Bloodstone. Okay. So to get Bloodstone, we can do Brimstone Elemental. So I think we'll do that because I remembered we put one of the summoning devices back into our chest. So I feel like if you do Ravager, it is better. I feel like you get more from it. So where is Brimstone Elemental on this list? Right here. So Charred Idol. Charred Idol. Yeah, I've got one. So let me grab another. Okay, I've got three. Three is probably enough. What I'm trying to do though, which might be hard, I'm trying not to die for the episode because I really like the golden crown. Alright, so let's see how long she can last with our brand new yo-yo. And I just want to say a big up to the Brimstone Elemental for her sprite, which is currently going on, even though it's getting changed because, you know, you can't have videos for kids, right? You get a boss like this, can't deny it, fam. Teenagers, that's who we're going for. Alright, second fight. I still can't tell which yo-yo I like more because all of you are like, James, if you add multiple test dummies, you're skewering the results. Clearly the other one is better, but I don't know. So I'm just going to keep mixing between them. This one is meant to heal us. So I guess this one is pretty chill as well. Because this one gives us a little bit of life regen. So I think this one is a great little compromise. And I love that it has that little tagline about D.O.G. because we're about to go against it. Although I'm getting beaten. Oh my god. Can you just teleport near me? Please teleport near me. Come on. There you go. See, I knew it was not far from death. So bam. Bam. So I wasn't really paying attention, which is what I should have been doing. Did they come out of the bag, or did I pick them up? Because I have a feeling they came out of the bag. 33 each, maybe? Let me favorite that. Let me deposit all of that. Anyway, we can go back to crafting now. So, blood... stone? Alright, bloodstone. Let's get a bunch more of these. And then, let's do blood. Change it to armor. So we got the leggings, which we've now made, and then we need the melee helmet. So, which one is melee? That's ranged, that's magic, and that's melee. Bam. Okay, so one thing I didn't actually show yesterday, we got this brand new armor, but I didn't have the button assigned. So this is the special effect that this armor does. And it's kind of a shame that I didn't get to really use it. I completely forgot about it. So you cloak yourself in life energy that heavily reduces enemy contact damage for 10 seconds. So pretty interesting. So let's move over to the next set, which I imagine will have a thing as well, maybe? Or no, maybe not actually. Okay, so set bonus. This is a little bit of a mouthful. Let's go through it. Greatly increased life regen. Enemies are more likely to target you. Enemies below 50% life have a chance to drop hearts. Killing enemies during a blood moon has a much higher chance to drop blood orbs. True melee strikes will heal you after striking an enemy 15 times. You'll get blood frenzy, and you'll gain 25% increased melee damage, and stuff like that. All right, okay, cool. So that is during the blood frenzy attack. Now we're not going to get that because we're not true melee, so it's like whatever, right? Okay, so to round this off, before we try the D.O.G, and I will tell you now, I'm not going for the win today, in the sense of I'm going to give it my all and really try it, but I know that I need a little bit more time to practice, and I want to do it properly. But I did make the preparations because I've made a bigger arena, and it's a bigger arena than I had in the in Series 5. Now, I never released the episode because there was another episode that never came out because it was half done. And this is where I kind of like lost my motivation. I never beat the D.O.G in Series 5, but I got pretty close. But what ruined it was the arena size. So I'm glad that we've got a bigger world for this, and it's going to be better. Okay, right. So what we want to do is get this boss. Okay, I just died to the Stormweaver again. Now, I've died to it multiple days in a row now. So I don't want to show it and embarrass myself, but I do want to come back down here and put in the Rod of Discord so that we can get the normality relocator, which is this. So you put this in your inventory, and I can now do this, which allows me to teleport, which is pretty cool. I am a little bit gutted because we just lost our beautiful crown. But do you know what I did? Do you know why I died to this fight again? It's because I took it out of the biome. I forgot that yesterday we learned that you meant to keep it inside of the biome so that it doesn't enrage. Not gonna lie, I don't take this boss seriously. And I probably should, because I keep getting beaten by it. I guess the reason I'm not taking it seriously, though, is because it's not a boss. You know, it's not. It's like, it's just a little side edition. And it's kind of frustrating because here we are struggling away with this. But in a couple of minutes, when we try D.O.G, if I can get to that point of the fight, we're going to have to defeat this anyway. But it is different. Like, when I last fought this, I had a rogue setup. So what it was doing was piercing the entire boss. Because I'm using a yo-yo, things aren't going to be different. The D.O.G is definitely going to be harder. But I remember when the series started, everyone was more warning about Yaren. So Yaren is going to be the big challenge, apparently. But then again, it all really depends on how I'm feeling, because with Yaren I can sometimes do it really well, and with D.O.G I can sometimes do it really well. So I don't know, performance on the day is what matters. So hey, I'm going to use this time to just say, if you haven't already, maybe consider clicking the subscribe button. I was doing a deep dive on my analytics today, and apparently 53% of people that have been watching in the past 4 weeks are not subscribed. So it'd be sick if you could subscribe. It would help me out. It'd be ace. Okay, each represent one of the Devourer's largest spheres of influence. Dispatching them has most likely invoked its anger and marked you as a target for destruction. Super sick. I'm all about it. Cosmic Worm. In we go, boys. This is it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's going to be hard for a while. Cosmic Worm. Now, this is non-consumable. Big up to that. I can always appreciate something like that. So, D.O.G. What do you say before you go into the D.O.G? Is there anything you can say? Here's a little look at our accessories if you want to have a little look and possibly critique them. If you're like James, swap one of them out. The latest edition is the Yaren's insignia, which I got from a comment. So thank you very much. But that's where we're at. Kind of strange. All right. Well, I want to make it daytime so I can see a little bit better. And we will begin the D.O.G. So with this fight, and this happens to me a lot, basically, if I'm not fully clued in, I'm going to have to do a little bit of Googling eventually. And that's I'm trying to explain myself. What I'm saying is, like, I either know the rhythm for this fight or I don't. So I might have to do some Googling soon. But this is my, I think this is my first time ever doing it in expert mode. With a yo-yo, this is not great. I just don't know what to do. I know that if I'm here, I can... I really don't know how to damage it. I know that the different colours mean different things. So, for example, like, during this phase, it might charge you when you're flying, for example, right? We'll figure that out as we go along. And I know that on certain phases, it will always hover above you. So when it's blue, I think it will always go above you right here. So I think I might have to fly and do this, maybe? But when I fly up, it kind of freaks it out a little bit. So these are things worth considering. I've got no clue. Really got no clue what we're meant to do here. Do we do it by raw brute force like this? So like piercing it and just kind of relying on the fact that it might pierce? Maybe. I don't know. So you guys remembered that I said that I would happily swap out to summoning weapons, right? If I was to have a problem against a boss. So, for example, I would see this as a bit of a problem right now, because for those people out there which don't exist that have never fought this boss fight before, basically this is the first phase of the fight. So this is phase 1. There's a phase 2 coming up, and phase 2 is where it really gets difficult. So if I'm struggling to even damage this phase, I don't know how long the other phase will last. Maybe be more aggressive. Maybe don't be more aggressive. I don't know. Okay, so been doing the fight for 5 minutes and technically halfway through. So there is that. At least that's a win, I guess. Yeah, I think this might be... I don't know how this is going to go down. So I'm like theorizing with you guys, basically, about like what could potentially happen. So this either turns into an endurance fight. So like, all right, how long can you survive? Can you survive its attacks for 20 minutes, right? While doing slow damage to it. Which maybe is possible. Or it turns into reforge all your accessories to attack speed so that the yo-yos are longer. Because I feel like these yo-yos have got pretty short length. And maybe there's an accessory that we can like use that's going to help increase that. Because I feel like if my yo-yo was longer, it would definitely help. But that being said, I would also then take a reduction in damage. So, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I like theorizing about it. And I find this to be a little bit ridiculous. Of course, nobody ever was like, you know what I'm going to do? Calamity with a yo-yo fan. We're pioneers. And this is what pioneering is. It's testing the boundaries of a giant worm. Okay, so I died. 24% left. All right. I think I died because I just like got it. Like I don't know. I got in the way. But this was a great first test. And I feel like it really sets the tone for what's going to come. I do feel like it's going to be the case of, all right, how long can you last? Can you last 10 minutes? Can you last 20 minutes? And I feel like that sounds pretty fun. But it's an endurance test at the end of the day. And the thing about endurance tests is they're fun until they go on too long, right? So once you've done it 10 times, 20 times, you know, then it stops being as interesting. But we have made strides today, my friends, let me tell you. See, what I'm doing right now is I'm thinking ahead. I'm like, this probably isn't enough buffs if I'm going to have to last this long. I'm probably going to have to use multiple. Oh my god. My combination guy died and swapped out for a party girl. That is the worst. I thought that NPCs were meant to spawn in the way they were, like, intended to... How long do these last? Oh, God. All right, if I use both and it ends up being half an hour, that's already a problem right there. Okay, second fight. Trying not to talk too much because I don't want the episode to go on forever, but I feel like this yo-yo is smashing it a little bit more. And it's my first time using it on the boss, and I just recently discovered it because I'm like... This makes a lot of sense. Explosions, segments, pass-through, damage. These are all words. You know what I mean? Look at that. Now, I don't know if it's actually doing more or it just looks like it's doing more. That's got to be doing more. I feel like that's a game changer right there, just in terms of like our time to damage and all that. This fight's tough, man, but I feel like I'm getting into the rhythm there. But then again, like I said, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to drag this on for too long. Just gonna try and crack away. I think this will be my final fight for today though, because it's already quite long, and it'll give us loads of stuff to do tomorrow as well. So, okay, now I'm kind of thinking that this one does more. Because I'm noticing the damage, like the health at the bottom, go down less. But I feel like the other one just looks like it's doing more. Do you know what I mean? I feel like these numbers are slower, but they're higher. Okay, so endurance test results were up to 14... Oh, no, percent. This is getting really difficult. I feel like it's like really deciding to beat down on me now. I noticed the screen went black, so I was like, all right, bring it back in. But... in terms of an endurance test, it's getting very boring. It is. I'm not going to lie. I really wish... Obviously, it's Calamity at the end of the day, right? It's going to have to be hard, but I wish this was the fight. I do. I wish this was the ending right now. This isn't even the warm-up. Like, there's another 3 bosses and then a full fight to go. So, it's beating down on me, but... I really want to try and beat it, you know, with what we've got, basically. I like a fun fight. I'll keep playing this until it's not fun. You know how it goes. But it's not, like, particularly difficult. It's more like your brain kind of goes numb from doing it for so long, and then you make dumb mistakes. Okay, so there we go. Now it's on to the fight. I hate all of these, and my god, do I hate them. Okay, all 3 mini-bosses are down, so the real D.O.G fight is about to begin. Let's get rid of these Cosmo Lamps, and we're going to see what happens here. I am so bored. I am. I really am. But here's the real fight for everyone that's never seen it, which I know you all have. And, I don't know. I'm kind of excited, I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit excited for it. If the AI is the same... is the one before. I do think I've nailed the AI. Like, I can remember it now. Alright, maybe not. Or maybe so. Maybe I'm just being dumb. But basically, blue means it's going to fly above you. Purple means, or I thought it meant it will fly below you. And usually if it charges you and then you move up a layer, it's different. So, changes to D.O.G since I last played. I am noticing a few. Sprite looks different. Segments look different. And that little fireball attack, that's different, right? So maybe I was just bailing out on this part of the fight. Maybe I was, yeah, I think it does stay underneath you. There you go, like that. And then this part's above you. Okay, well, I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Okay, so now we're on to the phase that used to mess me up all the time, which is the laser beams. I mean, it's over now. It didn't last very long, so I can appreciate that. So, compared to Revengeance mode, that's a lot shorter, which I do appreciate a lot. So with this fight so far, current commentary is, I much prefer it when it's doing the attack that's above, because, oh, this is so much nicer than Revengeance mode. I almost feel like expert mode's the way to go for me now. I really do. But yeah, yeah, when it's above you, you can do so much more damage because you can hit the head, which is way better. Right, crack it on. Endurance test, I'm very bored. No, 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 no. Oh my god. So, I died. It made a turn that I didn't expect. I panicked. And I tried to run a Discord out of there. And it cost me the fight. So, that fight lasted a really long time. Like, over 20 minutes. And I am absolutely gutted. I truly, truly am. So what I'll do is, guys, I'll leave it for today. You know, fresh mind, come at it tomorrow. Because I'll need new buffs as well. But if you could give the video a big fat thumbs up, because I at least tried to attempt a half-an-hour boss fight, I would very much appreciate it. I was kind of getting into the zone of it. I am gutted by the defeat. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. So yeah, big fat thumbs up. I do think I deserve it for this one. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.